Hello everyone. So what is the difference between accountability and responsibility? Is it same or are there some subtle differences between these two terms? We all see these two terms being used interchangeably in our projects, programs or portfolios. So let us try to understand, are these two terms same or are these two terms different? So let me take an example from our real life. We all would have traveled in an aircraft and we would have seen that the aircraft is commanded by a pilot as well as a first officer. And of course, in some of the long haul flights, you also have a team of first officer or a second officer, what is there. So, who's a pilot? A pilot is the person who's accountable for ensuring that the aircraft is taken safely to its destination. Whereas a co-pilot is someone who assists him or her. Many times we see that the pilot is not in the cockpit. He or she might have taken a break, or he or she might be doing some other important activity where the co-pilot is commanding the flight. In such a situation also, any decision which a co-pilot takes, the pilot is still accountable for it. The pilot cannot say that, oh, I was not in the cockpit, or that decision was not taken with my consent. So I think this brings about a very important point that it's about accountability can only be with one of the key person in an engagement, whereas responsibility is something which can be distributed across. I'll take another example to make things a little more clearer. A doctor versus a nurse. So I go to a hospital for a treatment and a doctor asks the nurse to administer an injection or a shot to me. While administering the shot, there's a mistake which is done by the nurse. I would still hold a doctor accountable for it. Although the injection was given by the nurse, as a head of the medical fraternity in that hospital, the doctor is still accountable for it. So what do these two examples tell us? It tells us a very important and a pertinent point that while accountability cannot be delegated, responsibility can be delegated. Now, in our projects, we represent accountability and responsibility with a very interesting tool, which is called as the RACI chart or a RACI matrix. So in a RACI chart or a RACI matrix, we have the names of the stakeholders in the columnar format. We have the activities to be done in the row, as you can see in this slide. And we try to plot each of the stakeholder, whether he or she is responsible, accountable. Plus there are two additional elements, consult and inform. So consult are people who are there from a consulting perspective on that activity. Could be internal consultants, could be external consultants. And inform people are people who are there to be informed about this work. Now, if you look at this chart, there's something very interesting about row 1. Row 1 actually cannot happen because we are trying to make two people as accountable, which is not valid, as I said, right? I mean, there's only one person who's accountable. Accountability cannot be delegated. But responsibility definitely can be delegated, which means you can have multiple people responsible for an activity, as you can see in row number 2. Row number 3 is again a very interesting data point there because we find no one who's accountable for that task, which again is not something we would like to have, right? There definitely has to be someone who's accountable for an activity in the project. So I hope this short video helped us understand the critical difference between accountability and responsibility. That is, accountability cannot be delegated, but responsibility can definitely be delegated. I would be definitely like to hear your comments on this video, your feedback, your thoughts on this, and do also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such videos. This is Ashutosh Bhatodekar signing off for the moment. Thank you.